Lorde dishes about her relationship with Jack Antonoff and what she thinks about this year's Grammy nominations. Lorde has a lot to say. For her sit-down with Billboard, the Melodrama singer touched on everything from her relationship with Jack Antonoff to her thoughts on this year's Grammy nominations. These admissions are pretty major, as the 21-year-old is reportedly boycotting the awards show and was previously accused of being the Bleachers frontman's rebound following his split from Lena Dunham. Related, full 2018 Grammy nominations list. Juicy stuff. So, you get why we're intrigued? ? Be sure to check out Lorde's standout quotes and take a look at the hitmaker's stunning cover. All that and more, below. A broken bar. Lorde talks about the historic 2018 Grammys, the Me Too movement, and loving Eddie M. Cardib, the Isadilla, at Olivier B. post shared by Billboard, at Billboard, on Jan 19, 2018 at 6:07 a.m. PST. Regarding the Grammys, Lorde shared, Cardi B should have gotten a nomination in one of those big categories. Bodak Yellow, Money Moves, is nominated for Best Trap Song and Best Trap Performance. She kind of defines 2017. I wish Jack Antonoff got nominated for Producer of the Year, but still he's well represented, I feel. On her platonic relationship with Antonoff, we still FaceTime almost every day. When you work with someone, you sometimes think, maybe it will just be for this time, and we say we're going to keep in touch, but we won't. But we really. A broken bar. I'm like, hey, dickhead, what are you getting me for Christmas? On a special moment she shared with Antonoff, when I came to New York, we had only written together maybe a couple of times, and we were very obsessed with each other on a creative level and as buds. I was sort of doing nothing in New York, and we did this thing where for 5 days in a row we just kept having dinner every night, just getting to know each other. One night, somehow it came up that I hadn't had Cap'n Crunch or Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Lucky Charms. He was like, we have to do this. So we went to a bodega, got all of these cereals and went back to his house in Brooklyn and did a little lineup of bowls. We tried, 20 different kinds of cereal. Laughs. I still think about Cinnamon Toast Crunch all the time. On where she sees herself personally in 10 to 15 years, I love children. I think I am definitely going to end up having children. My short-term goal, I just want to get a dog. I bake a lot. Yesterday, I made this lime cheesecake with Swiss meringue on top. I spent a couple of hours trying to get it right. My life is really quiet. Obviously, this year has been intense for me. It's nice to have a busy year, but I'm also aware that for the most part my life is going to be pretty quiet. It's going to be about making this work when I feel like I have something to say. Or spending a long time mastering some weird skill, whether that's in music or it's something visual. I feel very excited at the prospect of a quiet life full of listening. Also, I think when you start working very young, it's easy to imagine just doing that forever and being on a talk show every year for the rest of your life, which is not appealing. It's nice to work really hard from a young age, but also be like, okay, you can also have a really beautiful life. In regards to her thoughts on the Me Too movement, she added, what is really interesting and important about this moment is that every man I know is having to check himself, having to be aware of his misogynistic biases, having to re-examine his understanding of consent. I think that is so overdue and so vital. It's the kind of thing that only comes about when people are brave enough to share and really bring these dudes down. I think every woman is like, oh, my God, it's happening. A really important thing, that Gabrielle Union addressed eloquently, is that we can't forget that white voices are given their moment much more willingly than voices of color. It's so important to realize that people of color weren't afforded this luxury of having everybody listen always. But for me, it feels like one of those things where there's this chasm that opens and it's never going to close. You don't get to unhave this moment. This is forever, and the way this trickles down to everyone's lives is a permanent thing. What do you think? Do you stand with Lorde's opinions? Sound OFF in the comments below. PS For more from Lorde's Billboard chat be sure to click here. Image via when. Tags, all you, besties, Cardi B, cover shot, Grammys, Jack Antonoff, Lena Dunham, Lorde, Music Minute. The fourth day of sentencing for Larry Nassar has begun. Olympic gold medalist Jordan Weber is now the fourth member of the Fierce Five to accuse the USA gymnastics team doctor of molestation and sexual assault. While teammate Allie Raisman supported her from the courtroom, the 22-year-old athlete revealed for the first time that she is also a survivor of the disgraced doctor's abuse. Related, Larry Nassar begs judge to stop victim impact stories. The decorated gymnast, who says the abuse began when she was 14, shared during her victim impact statement in front of the judge, "I thought that training for the Olympics would be hardest thing I would ever have to do. But the hardest thing I've ever had to do is process that I am a victim of Larry Nassar." She added, image via NBC.